If you want to learn more about a person, whether for personal, business, or legal reasons, how can you do that? Usually there are three main strategies you can use to try to learn a bit more about a person before you get involved with them, or if you're already involved and you're having some kind of issues with them. Firstly, you can do some research online. So in the form of a basic background check, you can search their name on Google. If they're involved in a company or a business, you can search that. You might find details under their phone number or their email address or even their address if you have that. That's the first step. The second step is you might be able to identify associates of this person, friends, family members, co-workers, people from their past. Some of those people might be willing to tell you something about the person you're interested in, so you could always consider contacting them. Thirdly, you can actually place the subject person under surveillance, provided it's lawful in your jurisdiction. Surveillance involves identifying the person, monitoring the person, following the person, documenting the activities of that person on a day-to-day basis. Now, all of these things, generally speaking, are something that anyone can try, provided there's no court order in place preventing any of that activity. Sometimes court orders will prevent a person from approaching another person, for example. The best way to do all of those things is to have a private investigator do them, because private investigators are extremely experienced and skilled at searching online, searching databases, searching free resources, searching across the web, social media, and so on. In certain circumstances, it's also necessary for investigators to speak to witnesses or associates or people who have some knowledge of a person or an event. Thirdly, surveillance is a tool used by investigators in most countries around the world every day. And it's something that people are very skilled at once they've done it for a long time. There's no problem with doing your own research into a person online, as long as you do it discreetly and covertly so that the person you're investigating doesn't find out what's going on. The same principle applies to following a person, although it's probably a bit harder for most people to be able to do that without being identified or recognized if they know the subject of the investigation. A private investigator is an expert at doing searches, following a person, consulting witnesses, identifying evidence, and uncovering the truth. So if you need to know more about a person, the best method, the most efficient way to get to the truth is to use an investigator.